Hey everyone, it's me, Ava, and I'm back again with another video. It has been a very long time since I've posted a video to YouTube. It's been months. This is kind of my thing, like where I start something, I do it for a little while, and then I take months break and then go back to it. That's like me going to the gym. I'll go for a month or two, then take a 6-month break, and then go back. But this time I'm actually hoping I can stay consistent with YouTube. Hopefully I can plan weekly if I could keep up with it. But, summer will be in 2 months. So, I don't really have that much of an excuse. So, anyway, in this week's video, it's going to be about journaling. Like, the art of journaling, why you should journal, the supplies you need, the types of journals you can make. Just basically a broad crash course of journaling as a whole. And as you can see, I have a lot of journals. Now, not all of them are filled. And I like to have my journals for different things, like a journal per thing. But that's just because I like to have a different variety, and I just like journals. Like, I just like to have them, even if I don't necessarily need all of them. But honestly, why should you journal? Like, it's so much fun. I love journaling. I think it's a great creative outlet. It's very relaxing, journaling. I know TikTok and YouTube has made journaling out to be this, aesthetic sort of thing, but it doesn't have to be. Journaling doesn't have to be this perfect aesthetic thing that you need to post to people. It's supposed to be personal. It's supposed to be about what you like, whether you want to write in it, draw in it, paint pictures in it, put stickers in it, make a junk journal, anything you want. It's supposed to be for you and for what you want. And it's a great way to, kind of like let go and be creative and not have this kind of set like goal or of perfection. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be what it is, and what you make it to be, I know that sounds kind of dumb, but in the long run, it's a good habit to build. And even if you don't journal daily, just journaling in general is better. It's, a good way to like kind of release stress, improve your mental health, just all of that stuff. I don't know the whole science behind it, but it's good for you, As for the supplies you need, well, you don't really need any supplies for journaling. You just need a journal, or any notebook. It could be like dotted, lined, empty, and different stuff kind of goes for different things of what you want to journal. As for brands of journals, I know Moleskine is good. I just like buying journals if they're pretty. Like, I bought this cute Halloween journal. I literally have a journal dedicated to Halloween just because I saw it at Spirit Halloween and I liked it. So, like, it literally doesn't have to be serious. It could literally be a journal dedicated to Halloween or to whatever you want it to be dedicated to. Or it doesn't have to be dedicated to anything. It could be whatever. For other supplies, well, you don't technically, like I said, you could just use a pencil and a journal. That's all you really need. But I know I like to have some extra supplies, and I know other people also, go on TikTok and whatever for other supplies, but it's not necessary. For the supplies I do recommend, for writing, I like to use pens rather than pencils. And I know for bullet journaling, a lot of people recommend these micron pens, and I've tried them. They're good. It's not that I don't like them, but I got a pack of 3 and it was kind of expensive, I think. Or maybe, I don't really remember how much it was, but I think it was like maybe $10 for a pack of 3, which is kind of a lot, just for pens. They were good, but I think they kind of like broke easily and they dried out super fast for me personally. Maybe I just got a bad batch, but I know this was really popular for bullet journaling because they're super thin and, they were okay. But my personal favorite for pens for journaling, or just pens in general, are the Pilot G2. Those are my favorite. Blue is my favorite because they write so smoothly. They have so much ink in them, and they're just so like pigmented and bright. Like, I have them in a whole bunch of colors. I got like this whole colorful set for Christmas. I have it in like pink, blue, purple, red. But I would say blue is probably my favorite. But yeah, they write so smoothly and pigmentedly. I don't know how to explain it. But look, like, you could literally see in this journal, like, how smooth they write. and like how like pigmented it is. Like it is so good. I love them so much. I also like to use markers in some of my journals, like for junk journaling or bullet journaling. The Tombow markers are pretty good. There are water based markers, which I know is not the best because they kind of bleed through, but if you get thick pages, it's kind of worth it because it looks really good. And it's a cheaper alternative to alcohol markers, because if you get Copic or Ohuhu markers, they are alcohol and they're really good, but they're super expensive. So I get water-based. I also have these Cali art markers that I bought off. Oop, I didn't know that was open. Cali art markers that I bought off Amazon, and I got like 72 or something for a pack, like $20, and they work really good as well. And I think they're equally like as good. They're very pigmented, good color options. I know, again, they're water-based, so it is gonna bleed through a little bit, and it's not as smooth and it doesn't blend as easily as alcohol markers, but they're still good and a cheaper alternative for people who are not that like into like drawing or journaling, or you know, not something that you want to spend a lot of money on. Now, if you plan on doing scrapbooking or junk journaling, you're probably going to need a few more supplies. Scrapbooking, you technically need, like most people print out photos, so you would need a printer or some like way you could get photos if you could like print them out from a friend, or like go to Walgreens to print them out. I do junk journaling, well, a mix of scrapbooking and junk journaling. It's not that big of a deal. And I have this huge folder of just like literal like stickers, because my aunt gave me her sticker collection, so I've just built it up over the years. So I just have like random scrapbooking, like stickers, random paper that I've collected throughout the years. Some of this my aunt gave me, some of it I have myself, like construction paper. I have this like elf stickers, like a whole bunch of stuff that I've just collected over the years, and added it to this massive gigantic folder. But that's not necessary. You know, if you just want regular journaling, you just need a pen and a paper. And then for like junk journaling, you need like glue, some sort of adhesive. I know a lot of people use, you know, like double-sided tape, like the tape roller thing. They use like the liquid glue, washi tape. I just use a plain glue stick and it works fine for me, but everybody is different. So it just depends on what type of journaling you want to do and what you know, want it for or whatever. Now that I went through supplies and why you should journal, I'm going through kind of the different journals that I have and the different types of journaling there are. I'm not going to hit every single type of journaling, mainly the ones that I have, because I know I have a lot of journals in general that I keep for different things. Like as for journal, I have this beautiful Beauty and the Beast journal. It's like a massive, like it's pretty big, and it's super thick as well. And it also has like these really cool like images in it. Like, I know it's kind of getting a glare from my light, but like look how beautiful that is. I love it so much. I will say this was very expensive. It was like $35. But I was willing to pay just because I loved it so much. And I like, this is like my diary journal where I write like everything about my life, you know, like my current life, like my feelings, what I do during the day, what I eat, like where I go, like everything that happens to me in everyday life, I write. And I will say, I don't keep up with this daily, day to day. Sometimes I write once a month. Sometimes I write 10, 15, 20 times a month. It just depends on what I have to say. Sometimes I write half a page. Sometimes I write 2 full pages. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be consistent. I know some people are like, journal daily, or you have to stick. You don't have any sort of commitment that you have to stay with these journals. I know a lot in the past when I was younger, I've always liked journaling, but I could never keep up with it. And that was one of the things why I never finished a lot of journals and I never felt happy with a lot of my journals, was because I was forcing myself to do it daily, to do it this perfect thing every single day. It's not always going to be perfect. There's some pages where I just used, like if I ran out of one of my pens, or if I just didn't like it or whatever, I would just like it would just wouldn't make me as happy, but I just didn't stop. Like, I kept, like, see here, I wrote with a different pen. I don't know if you could tell, but it was annoying, but I mean, it's not for anybody else. It's for me. And, you know, not every page is going to be perfect. And I think one of the main concepts or like key things about journaling, if you want to actually feel fulfilled with it, is you can't like just mess up and want to start over. You have to, you know, accept that everything is not going to be perfect, but it's okay. You can still move on, you know? And that's one of the things I had to get over, is just moving on and not wanting to start over and tear everything out. Because I have some journals that fell apart because I kept tearing things out because it wasn't perfect. But it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, for other journals though, this one is literally just like a random journal. Like, I had it in 4th grade or whatever. Like, bro, I literally wrote like a song parody called How to Be a 4th Grader. Like, how cringy is that? And this one, my aunt gave me, and it's a travel journal. I kind of have like the states that I've been to, not that many, I think it's 5. And just kind of like, if I go on travel somewhere, I'll just write like what happened. Like, this is from my cruise. This is from Wisconsin Dells. Like, you know, it's not that much filled. I have like maybe 5 or 10 pages filled, and that's only from like 2 trips. Because I haven't really gone that way. If I travel like locally. Like, I'll go to the beach in Florida and I'll stay there for like 3 nights or whatever, but I don't like go out of state or go somewhere else, you know? So it's not that filled, but I do plan to travel more. That's one of my goals. When I graduate high school, my main thing is I want to go to Europe. So traveling is like one of my main goals in life. So I do plan to fill this later in life in the next few years or so, but as of right now, it's not that filled. This is my bullet journal, and this is my aesthetic kind of thing that I fell into in like 2020 or whatever, whenever that was super trending. Oh, look, 2021. Okay. So I have like all like the index. I barely even I couldn't keep up with it because it was just like birthday charts. I don't need this. Like, I memorized all the birthdays in my head, and I did not like this journal because it wasn't me. Like, I was doing it to be aesthetic, but I didn't find it helpful. You know, like these weekly plans, I didn't need this. One of my things that I don't need planners because I'm good at keeping track in my head. If anything, I'll have a calendar just so I can mark off the days, but I don't need a planner. I never have, and it was just like I was forcing myself to fill out this journal. And as time went on, it just became less and less aesthetic because I was just like tired of it, you know? And that's the one thing about journaling, is don't do it because it's aesthetic or because it's trending or because other people are doing it. Do it because you do it. Like, you want to do it. Like, I know planning is not my thing. Like, I can keep it in my head and I'm okay with that. I don't need to write my plans down, you know? And that's why I can never keep planners. That was my main thing. And, you know, it was just a waste of my time, and I didn't enjoy doing it after a while because, you know, yeah, it was cute and aesthetically pleasing, but it wasn't something that I needed or that I wanted. So that's why another tip for journaling, like, make sure that you want it and you need it and you find it useful and fun. I didn't find it useful and fun, and I couldn't keep up with the journal. Now, this is my Moleskine journal, and this is the start of my junk journaling. And I did start this, yes, because it's trending on TikTok, and I know I just said, don't do it just because it's trending, but I do find joy in this. I love, gluing down random stuff, and, it's so much fun for me, and I think it's good. Some people, I know some people are like, oh, you know, this is a scrapbooking, this is, junk journaling. Honestly, it could be whatever you want. It could literally just be straight up junk. This is all food tags and stuff, literal straight up junk. Or it could be you know, a mix. This was from a magazine that I cut out from a place that I went to, from the Winter Park Art Fest. This is from Epcot Flower and Garden Festival, and I have, you know, the foods that I tried, and I wrote down about it, and, you know, I wrote, the bands that I went to see or that I'm going to see, you know, and it's not done yet. I haven't finished it because the festival isn't over till, June or something, and I plan to keep going, But like, I'm just saying, like, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I just started this recently, so I only have like 5 or 6 pages filled, but I really like it, you know. And junk journaling or scrapbooking is literally just using whatever, like magazines, stickers, tags, whatever, napkins that you get, and just gluing it on and just like allowing yourself to, you know, just be messy and creative. And this is one of the most like creative journaling, and not necessarily like your typical writing journal. I still write in the junk journal because I like to, but not everybody does. Some people just put up, you know, stickers or trash or like photos, and they're fine with that, you know. It's whatever you want it to be. And then, like I said, I literally have a book, not a book, a journal dedicated to Halloween. Like, I have like literal, like, you know, and it's not even like a certain way. Like, I started it off as like a Halloween scrapbook where I would like put in construction paper and like, you know, do all this stuff. But then I just started, like, it started being like Halloween movies, like, you know, marking off my checklist of all the movies I want to see, you know, and that's how I was doing it. Like, I have my Halloween costume from it. I have, you know, like entries from a Halloween party. I have entries from, you know, Halloween Horror Nights. It was like basically everything Halloween. I have bucket lists in here, like just anything Halloween. It's a mix of everything, like a mix of literally everything I said, like regular journaling, like diary, like lists, bucket lists, like scrapbooking, all of it, you know. So journals can be whatever you want them to be. And then I literally have a Spanish journal. I know this is like a random journal for it, but I think my friend gave it to me. And look, I literally have like vocabulary, translating songs, like diary entries that I'm translating into Spanish. And I do actually need to work on this more because I only have like a few pages filled, and that needs to be like, you know, because I really want to learn Spanish. I'm just super lazy. And then I forgot to grab this other journal off of my thing, but I have this Mandalorian journal, which is super cute, and it's my book journal. Like, this is, you know, I have different book spreads. Like, this is when I had a printer. My printer has long broken since. But like I said, I don't like these planning things because these were like reading logs I did, and I found that super boring. I hated it. I really like this page though. It's like new words, like vocabulary. So if I read something and I don't know the word, I just put it in my phone and then transfer it here. And you know, I have different like things. And then this is when I started getting lazier. I stopped putting images in, you know, but I really like it still regardless. And then physical TBR, like all this stuff. And then I've started writing summaries because I've realized that I don't really remember what I read. Like, if I'm thinking of a book I read 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I could tell you maybe a loose plot, but I couldn't tell you, like, I could tell you a sentence or two, like, of the loose plot, but I don't remember these key details that I spent hours reading, and I wanted to remember it. So, over time, like, I've had this journal for, like, 2 years or something, probably longer at this point. I want to say I started this in 2022 or 2021, and I've only filled out this much, and it's 2025, you know? But it's okay. You don't have to, you know, constantly do it. It could be something over a long period of time. You know, you don't have to finish a journal in a month, in 6 months, in a year. It could be whatever you want, you know? But that's why I love it, because it's fun and creative, and you can do whatever you want. And I know this was kind of like a blabbing thing, but honestly, when I'm journaling and stuff, I like to play YouTube videos in the background just for like literal like noise, like just like, you know, I'm not even really paying attention. Like, I'll watch like journaling videos or like book reviews or book like whatever, or literally baking or whatever on YouTube, because I just like to have somebody's voice like kind of like listening in the background while I do my stuff. And I'm not really paying attention to it, so I know, because I could listen to like a podcast or whatever, but I'm not really listening to it. I'm just like, you know, catching some words from the background noise. And if this is background noise for you, or if you're actually starting to journal and, you know, this is something that you really want to do, then either or, it doesn't matter. And I just like to talk. I'm a yapper, you know. But you know, that's really it. That's all I have to say for this video. I don't really know how to do the outro. It's been a while. But thank you guys for watching my video. If you made it this far, please like, comment. Oh, actually, talking about comments, I have this Prague little notebook journal that my aunt gave me, and she gave it to me a while ago, but I've been too scared to like write anything in it, and it has this matching pencil set that goes with it. I've been too scared to write it. I've been thinking about making a poetry journal, but I'm not so sure. So if you have any ideas for it, can you please comment some on what to do with that? And I hope you guys like this video, and like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what other videos you want me to make. I kind of want to make sewing videos, but my sewing machine is broken right now. So, you know, that is like kind of something I gotta fix. But once I do that, I want to do sewing videos. I could do more journaling videos. I could do book review videos. Like, I just have so many different hobbies. Like, I like to do everything, you know? I'm just like, yeah. Alright, so thank you guys for watching my video, and I hope you guys have a good day, good, you know, week, whatever, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
I've been thinking about myself today.